is Dawn Rodriguez. I'm a nurse practitioner. I specialize in aesthetics and wellness, skincare, and today we're going to be talking about all the questions or some of the questions that I'm commonly asked from patients about skincare and injectables and different ways just to help out their aesthetic goals from a patient standpoint.
On top of everyone's minds right now is how can they make their dollar stretch? How can I maintain a good skincare routine without breaking the bank?
Well, it's a good question. I'm asked this lots of times from different patients because you got to think about all the skincare treatments that they invest in. Sometimes putting in money to the skincare products might be a little much. And so, yeah, you get stuck with the question, where should I splurge? Where should I hold back? And, I can break it down by product, and it's really just based off of your skincare needs. So if you have more problematic skin and you need more help, then of course it might be a little bit more expensive. If you have less issues and just more overall healthy skin that needs a little bit of help, it may be less expensive, but I will go through all of that with you. So let's start with cleansers. So cleansers, I think cleansers, as long as they don't have sulfates that strip the oils, I think you're good. It doesn't have to be a huge investment. You can do like Cetaphil, you can do very basic, simple cleansers. I don't believe you really have to break the bank with your cleansers. But if you have more problematic skin, acneic, oily skin, rough textured, that you just need a little bit extra of that oil degreaser type of a product, then yeah, maybe you might want to invest a little bit more. But honestly, I think you can just get away with a nice gentle cleanser that doesn't have to be expensive. If you're gonna put money into your skincare routine, you can definitely go somewhere else. Exfoliators, for instance, so you have your surface exfoliators, you have your deep exfoliators. We'll talk about the surface exfoliators first. Those, again, you don't really have to spend a lot of money. Now you can. One of my favorite products is Zeo Polish Scrub. I mean, you scrub that on, it feels so good. It makes your face feel like a little baby's butt. Like, it feels so nice. But if you don't want to embellish and try to spend more money on that, you could always save. There's like these little washcloths you can get. A good friend of mine told me about it one time. They're some little washcloths from Germany. You can just scrub your face with it maybe a couple of times throughout the week, and it just leaves it nice and soft just the same. So, and those are free. I mean, not free, but you pay for it, and then they're reusable, and then you can use them all the time. If you want to go a little bit deeper now, you're talking about alpha hydroxy acids, glycolic acids, lactic acids. Those are a little bit deeper. Now you can splurge a little bit more if you want to use medical grade skincare for that. There are some good products like Alpha Ret from Skin Better. I do like that one. If you now need more help, so this is just kind of like fine lines and wrinkles and maybe some skin tone, maybe a little bit of hyperpigmentation. But if you have those deeper wrinkles that need more help and a rougher texture and some lots of hyperpigmentation, then you might want to go with a retinoid. And retinoids, again, you can do, and I believe the Alpha Ret is a retinoid as well. It's just not as deep as what like a prescription base would go. So again, you can purchase and go medical grade skincare and spend a little bit more money. You can get a prescription of tretinoin or tirazetine, depending on if your insurance pays for it or not. But it just depends. If your skin needs more help, then you're gonna have to give it more help. It just depends on which way you wanna go. If your insurance pays for a prescription base and and you don't have to pay hardly anything, then great. But a lot of times it needs prior auth and you might end up spending a lot more money anyway. Let me see, so exfoliators, we got serums. So now those serums can be great. You have vitamin C's, you have all the antioxidants, all the protectors of your face. That I would definitely splurge in. I would spend all my money on my serums and my vitamins because that's gonna protect your skin. It's going to keep it supple and keep it protected and keep it looking nice in the long run. So I love my vitamin C's. Those definitely keep it nice and bright. And it goes a long way. So you spend that extra money, and it's gonna really it's gonna make quite the improvement. One of my favorite products for the antioxidant serums is the Alto Advanced by Skin Better. I really enjoy that one. So moisturizer, I think it's really just depending all on your skin needs again. If you have really dry skin or problematic skin, then you may have to invest a little bit more. Honestly, sometimes I just put rosehip seed oil on my face and it just feels nice and moisturized. It's not expensive and I love it. Sometimes I'll put Trio from Skin Better on my skin and I absolutely love it. So it just depends on how dry the face feels at the time. So yeah, moisturizers can kind of be a hit or miss. It just has to go based off of your skincare needs alone. And then we can kind of come up with a routine that would formulate what's best for you and your pocketbook, of course. SPF is a definite splurge. You want to splurge on SPF because you want to make sure it's the best, because the sun is public enemy number one when it comes to aging. Like, that is going to age your face the fastest. So you want to make sure that you are protecting your face from the sun like 100%. So yes, splurge in your SPF. Whatever they tell you, this is what I recommend. SPF 50 and above, go for it, because yeah, that's really what's going to keep your skin looking nice in the long run.
Who is the best candidate for a neurotoxin?
So it just depends, you know, if you are wanting to do that maintenance starting at a young age, that is okay. We first start off with dynamic wrinkles, which are the wrinkles whenever you move your face, it makes wrinkles. And then we end up with static wrinkles in the end, which are the wrinkles that stay put no matter if you're making a face, contracting those muscles or not. So the whole point of the neurotoxin is just to help relax that muscle so that you're not making those dynamic wrinkles and you're not creating static wrinkles over time. So if you want to start in your 20s, go for it. Start in your 20s so that it'll just push you over longer. You're not developing static wrinkles. Some ladies don't want to start until they're in their 50s, and guess what? They already have static wrinkles. Those are a little bit harder to combat and to soften up. Now, they will soften up over the time, but they won't completely go away. And so then it's going to take more skincare modalities, microneedling, lasers to help soften up that wrinkle. So if you want to start early, I mean, I don't see a problem with it at all. And then as far as candidates go, I mean, it also depends on your needs. And so some of my patients will come to me wanting to get rid of all the wrinkles in all their face, everywhere. But you have to consider their anatomy. So if they already have heavy eyelids, then you already know you probably don't want to neurotoxin their forehead, because when you do that, then it makes their eyelids even heavier. So you may not want to do that. And you have to have that conversation with them. Like, yeah, you are a candidate to have your forehead toxed, but you're not a candidate because then it's going to make your eyelids heavy, and you already told me you don't want your eyelids heavy, so therefore that doesn't make you a good candidate. Some patients might want masseter tox. Masseter tox is great, it slims the face, but if they already have like a lot of excessive gelling, you got to think about like that support that you're getting from the back. Your masseters might be huge, but hey, it's supporting this part of your face. Once you lose that support, then it's going to make this heavier, and then hey, that makes you not a good candidate. So I think it just depends on like the anatomy of the face and your goals and what's important to you, and so we can work together just to make sure that you're getting exactly what you want.
Awesome. That's a great way to go about anti-aging externally, but how can someone promote anti-aging internally?
So internally, it is important to make sure that you are eating your fruits and vegetables and you are trying so hard to maintain an anti-inflammatory diet. You're hydrating your body adequately. You're taking in the proper nutrition. And there's so many things you can do just to help better your inside to make it shine on the outside. Your gut, you want to make sure your gut is nice and healthy. If your gut's not healthy, then your body is not happy, then it shows in your skin. a lot of patients will come to me with dry skin, acneic skin, and they're just like, I don't know where this comes from. Then we go over a whole diary of their diet and what they've been taking in. And a lot of these patients have a poor diet, or they don't have a happy gut. There's testing we can do to check on the gut biome to see exactly what's going on there, so we can find out if that's a factor contributing to their skin disease or their skin disorders or whatever it is they don't like about their skin. So yeah, we talked about hydration, vitamins. Oh, alcohol. Alcohol's a big one. Alcohol will make you puffy, and unfortunately it dries out your skin, and that's why it accelerates aging, because it dries out the body so much, because it is a diuretic, and it will make you lose all your fluids quicker, and then it just leaves you dehydrated. So yeah, it's just important to take care of your gut, keep an anti-inflammatory diet. And some scientists believe if you stay away from red meat and all of that, and you stick to just a fruits and vegetables, a vegetarian type diet, that it would be healthier in the long run. I do believe in that to an extent, but I think there's just so much science that still needs to be completed, and I think that it's hard enough to keep up with all the things we got to do already: skincare and skin treatments and proper sleep and exercise, all these things. You kind of have to pick your battles. But I think if you just do the best you can and try to just eat healthy and exercise, maybe try to maintain a limited amount of stress, which I know is so hard to say in these days of age. But I think as long as you're mindful of these things, and you try to take time to take care of yourself and stay away from the things that are not good for you, especially sugar and salt. Those things are a huge culprit in inflammation in the body. If you just try your best, I think you'll be okay. So yeah, and then another modality to help with the internal aging process is building muscle. Like, building muscle actually keeps your body younger longer. It helps with metabolism. It helps with the cellular function. It helps with all of the things that we need to keep our body younger longer. So building muscle is actually way bigger than we know. So that would be another avenue I would say to definitely explore.
Every face is unique. What is your thought process when you're doing facial rebalancing?
Thank you for watching Prospera TV Network. We hope you're enjoying the show. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
thought process when you're doing facial rebalancing?
That just goes based off of like the patient's goals and their anatomy already. One thing we do have to understand is that as our bodies age, we start to lose fat and bone in certain areas of our face. So when it comes to facial rebalancing, let's say for instance, patients are complaining about their nasolabial folds, which are down here. So that usually starts to occur when we lose fat and bone to our medial cheek, our lateral cheek. This starts to recede and then it starts to fall, and it starts to make this a little bit more pronounced. So you start to think about in terms of giving it more structure. So then you want to go in and help support that structure by supporting the cheek to help support this area. And so when we talk about terms of facial rebalancing, let's say a patient wants, they want lips, they want, and they want a snatched jawline, right? So you give them the lips, you do the snatched jawline, but now this is nice and heavy. This is nice and heavy. This is nice and defined. And then you have the lips that are nice and plump. You're gonna wanna go in and make sure that their chin and their whole frame of their lips are also in harmony with their lips as well, because if their chin is recessed and their lips are coming out, then it kind of gives you like that Bart Simpson kind of look. It doesn't look cute. You have to make sure that you're balancing with everything else you're trying to correct too. Then also you have to think about if you're doing lower face, you got to make sure the upper face is also balanced, because your temples will start to hollow as you get older. You start to lose some of that, some of the fat right here where that temporal fossa meets right here in the middle. It starts to recede. And so if this is recessed and this is a little bit more, I guess, defined, then it kind of starts to look a little bit more skeleton-like it just doesn't look cute. So you got to make sure that everything is in harmony with the other segments of your body. The other segments of your face. You want to make sure that everything just kind of flows together. You don't want to accentuate one side more than the other. But everybody comes with different issues and different anatomy that you have to consider, but it's really important to have that conversation with them up front, because a lot of patients will come to me and be like, I just want lips. And it's just like, well, we can do lips, but you do have other issues we have to balance first, because if we just run straight to your lips, then you're going to be all lips and you're going to be recessed everywhere else. And then you're going to be like, oh, I don't like this or I don't like that. And you know, it's just, you have to be able to talk to your injector and trust them and have those conversations. Sometimes conversations maybe patients don't like because they don't want to hear no. They just want you to say yes and do it. You could do that, but you're just doing them a disservice. So you really have to have an injector that's really going to sit down and be honest with you and want to go through this process with you. That's going to best be at the best advantage for you, instead of just taking your money and injecting you. There's a lot more to consider.
When deciding skin treatments, what makes you decipher between PRF, chemical peels, neurotoxins, fillers, or a facelift?
So it just depends on the patient's needs. So whenever they come in, you know, some patients, they have overall healthy skin and they just want a little treatment here and there. You know, I like to start off with something that's slow, not too invasive. I like Botox, I like PRF, Sculptra. PRF and Sculptra is going to help to kind of revitalize your collagen, elastin, growth factors naturally. I enjoy that because it gives the patient the opportunity to grow their volume themselves. Botox, Botox goes away in about 3 to 4 months. So if you don't like it, it's going to go away. We just kind of try it out to see if we can achieve the looks that you want with just Botox alone. Now, whatever is not being achieved, then that's when we start to get into a little bit more invasive, like filler. Now, filler is pretty thought to be harmless, but it is something that lasts, it stays around for a lot longer. You got to think about that. Some of these formulas last up to 2 years. So in some studies, it shows that sometimes the filler just never goes away. So you just got to think about those things, because once it's placed, and it can change the way you look, the way you smile. It can change some things anatomically of your face, and you have to consider those things as well. Now, facelift. If a patient comes to me and they have some really heavy jowling and they want me to fix that, or very lax skin, I will suggest, maybe like we can do some treatments as a bridge too, but it will never replace an actual facelift. That's when you have to just put down your needles and say, you know, I need you to go see a plastic surgeon, and you can suggest plastic surgeons that you know. But yeah, some patients are just not candidates, and they just need that facelift to get exactly what they want, because what's going to happen is you're going to keep injecting, and you're going to be going back and forth with filler and trying to achieve what they're looking for. And really what they're looking for is an actual tightening of the face via facelift neck lift.
Awesome. Now, just to get to know you a little bit more, what has been the best beauty advice given to you?
So for me, my grandma taught me when I was little to eat a lot of fruit. She said that fruit will keep your face nice and young, and it keeps your skin nice and hydrated and supple and bright. So I've always eaten lots of fruit, and I think I get that from my grandmother, and she had amazing skin. And you look at my aunts and my mother, I mean, they all did the same. So they all have amazing skin too. I hold that dear in my heart. I remember her always wearing moisturizer, putting it on her face all the time, her body. She was very big on her moisturizers, and so was my mother. She was very big on her face creams. She would stand in front of the mirror and just indulge in doing her skincare routine, and she would take forever doing it and massaging her face. And so taking away from those two examples, I believe the best skincare advice is watch what you put in your body, because what you put in your body is going to show in your skin. And then 2, enjoy your skincare time. Enjoy your skin, love your skin, because if you do, your skin will love you back.
That's awesome. One more thing. How do I make an appointment with you?
You can go to @glowup@dawn on Instagram, and you can go to my bio link and click on the San Antonio Med Spa, and just go click on that, and then you'll be able to call, make an appointment online, and they'll be able to set you up. Or just DM me on @glowup@dawn.
This is your Prospera era, where dreams align with grace, abundance flows like rivers. You've stepped into your place. Rise, reign, and remember, you were born to shine. Welcome to your moment, Prospera, it's time.
We hope you enjoyed today's show on Prospera TV Network. Make it a point to visit us on YouTube and catch all your favorite shows anytime you want. Interested in hosting a show of your own? Or advertising your business on our network? Contact Elena Rodriguez.
You arose when no one saw about what your ray brings. She keeps on giving when her cup runs dry, still lifting others while she prays and cries. Up late, grinding while the world's asleep. She moves in silence, but her fire runs deep. Strength and surrender, she's learned to rejoice, dancing through pain with a warrior's voice. She's a comeback queen, tears in her eyes, but she still believes from the ashes she will rise again. Crowning glory, heart of fire within, can't be stopped, she won't quit. Every fall just ashes she will rise again, crowning glory, heart of fire within. Can't